Good evening, guys. Welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for you guys born in the year of the Tiger. So welcome back, all my Tiger friends. How have you been? How are you doing? Let's find out, shall we? I asked that question, but I often wonder, do you say to me, like, that's why you're here? Do you know what I mean? I'm saying, how are you doing? And you're like, well, will you tell me, psychic boy? You're the one with the cards. Oh, I make myself laugh. Anyway, let's see, shall we? As we pull 3 cards for you guys. Let's go. That one from the bottom, that one from the middle, and that one from the top. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I apologise. I'm not going to make any more jokes because this looks serious, doesn't it? I mean, I like to say that black isn't always an attack, but it doesn't always look good, does it? It doesn't fill you with optimism and confidence, does it? But let's see what the compatibilities are, shall we? Catalyst, something's changed, something's upset the dynamic of things. Things are making you feel like things are being rushed. Something is making you feel like things are being rushed. I mean, the lines of communications aren't well connected between the tiger and the rabbit. This compatibility isn't great, so this isn't necessarily a good catalyst card for you. This change could be something that could have affected a relationship or a balance at work, maybe. Something's put you off something, or you've been kind of made to change your mind, almost like you're now aware of stuff you weren't necessarily sort of aware of before. Almost like a scandal or something. There's some sort of antics or some sort of foul play that has now come to light. And it's not looking good, especially for you. And it may not have affected you just yet, but you can see how it's going to affect you. And that's what's bothering you the most, is this preempted kind of downfall that you can see coming. And now you've got to ask yourself the question whether it's worth you getting in the lifeboat now in case the ship sinks, or holding on for a little bit and seeing what happens. I mean, is it better to be safe than sorry in this example? Is there a big picture that you can potentially see and say, actually, this little ship is nothing. I'm going to get in my lifeboat and I'm going to go to the island of like paradise. You know, maybe there is more to it. Maybe observation and sort of patience is a good idea, but this catalyst is going to happen. It's going to happen fast. It's potentially already happened. It's already something you're going through. Is this change, this upset in balance, something in the dynamic, something is getting your hackles up. And you're not happy. You're not happy with it at all. In fact, you might be finding that your temper is getting a little bit hot, you know. You're getting a bit of a hot temper. You're lacking sympathy for others. You're getting a bit snappy. You're getting frustrated. You're clashing with people you wouldn't necessarily clash with. You're avoiding people. You're just in this sort of like conflicted place. There's things that you need to do, though. There's things that you need to get done. There's things that you've neglected. Some pre-planning hasn't planned out, has it? You thought or you expected something was going to happen, but you didn't put the measures in place for it to. It's almost like you said a horse was going to win in a race, and it was like 100 to 1, and you were like, oh, I could put my last tenner on that horse for 100 to 1. But then the horse comes in and wins at 100 to 1, and you didn't put on the bet, because you didn't do what you needed to do in order to get the benefit from it. But it's too late now. You've only just realised it. As I say, you've become aware of it now, and it's too late. And that's potentially what's got your sort of gears are grinding, and you're sort of back up a little bit. And maybe it is like a betrayal. Maybe it is like you feel like you've betrayed yourself, or maybe there is something more sinister here. Maybe there is something more like a disloyalty, or somebody that has been dishonest. And now you have found out. Maybe there's some truth that has been revealed. That rat there, not necessarily a good not necessarily a good compatible card, nor is it a conflict card to a large extent. It's like a kind of like a balanced card here. It's almost like neutral, but that really isn't helping your case. I think right now your complications, or what you see as complications around you, these things that are holding you back, or these things that have come in and knocked you over, and now you're stuck on the floor, it's more than beyond your control. It's almost like it's orchestrated, if that makes any sort of sense or resonation. Like, you can see what's happening. You can see what's going on. You're not stupid. You're not blind. You're not naive or ignorant to it. You're not turning a blind eye because you're a tiger, and tigers have a very keen eye. And when things make you feel suspicious, you get as curious as a cat, and you will go sniffing out what that is, and what seems to be off, or what the issue is, or where the problem lies. And I feel that you've already seen this before, or something is happening, and you can see it playing out the way it is again. And that is why you're kind of getting a bit upset that people are saying that you're paranoid, or you're being too, I don't know, overthinking it. But if you had put the instruments in place to begin with, or done your homework on this, you could have potentially have delivered a better presentation and swayed more minds to your opinion, because your opinion is an unpopular one. That's the problem. You don't have the majority vote, my lovely tiger person, as sad as it is. But there are still things that you can do. There are still potentially some way that you can bring this back around. And it is going to cause some changes. Another catalyst card. And I can feel that this one is going to be very abrupt. It's going to be very maybe hostile. It's going to be very loud. It's going to be a big bang. See, there is no outright confrontations between the tiger and the sheep. There's no rivalries. This is actually one of the most compatible cards you've got here in your favour. And I feel that that conflict that is going to arise from this bubbling up is going to be because of you. You're going to kick off. You're going to lose your shit. You're going to go into superpower sulky mode, and you're just going to let hell loose. And that's going to cause some big changes. Because that's what that sheep is another catalyst card. And that catalyst card is not as swift and as quick to come in as that rabbit is. Not as painless. No. That sheep is in your face, kicking the door down, smashing the place to pieces. That sheep is a change that is really going to make a difference to whatever comes next, which we'll obviously find out next week. But that goat right now is that Superman in your corner, that superpower. As I say, you're going to turn on that tiger mode, and that is going to put people in their place. That is going to make people avoid you, or at least the people that you need to get out of your hair, they are going to run. You're basically going to scare away all of the people that are trying to take over your position, or get in your way, or those sabotage. Basically, to put it in a kind of a metaphorical way, imagine, or, for example, if you were in a workplace and the dynamic had changed because somebody new had started, and this new person was taking over your role, taking your job, not necessarily making you look bad, but just showing off and just not being a team player. That person is getting all cocky, getting all the praise, getting all the laughs, and it's not that you're jealous per se, it's just you're there to do a job, and this new person that's come in is disrupting that, and then other people start to notice it, and other people start to get pissed off with it. So now you've got this little band of people that are all pissed off with this one person, but nobody's going to say anything, which is going to frustrate you even more. And you can already see that this one person is just going to get away with this for as long as possible, and it's never going to change unless somebody makes a change. And then that's going to be you, because you're going to come in and you're going to say enough is enough. I'm going to say something, and you're going to say, oi, new kid, wind your neck in. Maybe a little bit more explosive than that, maybe a little bit more polite than that, but realistically that's what's going to happen, and it's for you to do that. If you avoid that, nothing will change. I mean, you're under no obligation to be that person, but you are capable of doing that. You are a part of the communicator triangle of negotiators and mediators, and you have that sort of fierce tigerness about you that most other signs are going to listen to you, respect you, or in some circumstances even be scared of you a little bit. You can make the changes if you take the lead, my lovely tiger people. But we'll see how you get on with that next week, won't we? when we come back and do another reading for you guys born in the year of the tiger. My next reading will be for those born in the year of the rabbit. So if you're interested in what those guys are up to, then I will see you over in that video shortly. If not, then no worries. I will just catch you next week when we come back here for you. Love and peace.